Ouch. This guy lost the top part of the middle finger of his right hand, that's his dominant hand, in a nasty injury at work. It happened because the machine he was operating was faulty, and that was known about by his employer. This guy's an HGV driver, and despite knowing that a particular part of the easy sheet, as it's called, on the back of his HGV wagon, that's an item you use to cover the load once you've loaded the wagon, was faulty and it had been reported, the employer decided not to get it fixed. And even knowing that this particular operative, this employee, his training for using that machine had expired, they still made him operate that machine. And in doing so, unfortunately, this item has essentially crushed, degloved, and chopped off the top part of the middle finger of his dominant right hand. That's a serious injury that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. In a case like this, it's obvious as to why an employer has been negligent in this workplace accident. An employer has been put on notice that there is a faulty and potentially dangerous piece of equipment. In this case, it was a metal automatic sprung loaded item that locks a heavy sheet in place. It's foreseeable that when a driver is going to have to use that, if it's faulty, what's going to happen if it goes wrong? Well, it's going to cause a serious injury, as has happened to this chap. And because the employer has not acted on that report of it being faulty, not taken the wagon out of use, or not had it repaired or fixed, they've put an employee at direct risk of an injury, and that is in breach of the health and safety at work rules and laws. Employers have a duty of care to keep us safe, and if we report a hazard, they need to act on it. Further, the employer has been negligent because they knew that this particular member of staff, his training or ticket, as you would call it in the workplace, to use this particular item had expired. It just needed a simple refresher. Yet, for whatever reason, whether it's to save a few quid or they thought they were too busy, the employer didn't re-provide that training and just got this guy to carry on. So there's two clear breaches. That employer is liable. This chap was very nervous about making a claim, particularly because it's against his employer, and that's really common with anyone who's had an accident in the workplace. They're always really anxious about making a claim. People wrongly think that they're going to cause all sorts of trouble, that their job might be at risk, or that their employer is going to have to pay out of their own pocket. Well, that's not the case, and most people, when they understand their rights and how the process of making a no-win, no-fee claim for an accident at work works, they are happy to go ahead. Now, with us at Direct to Compensation, we want people to get in touch with us, even if they're not sure about claiming. And that's not because we're going to try and push them or force them into making a claim. It's about making sure people understand their rights, because when they do, they'll know that they're safe and that they'll be claiming against an insurance policy that the employer has already paid for, and not against their manager. It's not their colleague who's going to pay, and it's not them who's going to lose their job. Accidents at work happen, and when it's a serious, legitimate accident like this, employers are not going to stand in the way of someone who's making an honest claim. So really, it's important that you're not scared about at least finding out. We're not here to pressure you. We don't have a call centre. If you've had an accident at work and you just want to know, do I have a claim? Is it valid? Would it be taken on if I wanted to claim? And then you can find out how it works, what your rights are, and how the no win, no fee service affects you, and how it affects an employer in terms of their insurance. You can then decide, based on a power of knowledge, what you want to do. And we find most people want to go ahead. So if you've had an accident at work, whether it's a really serious injury like this or something that's more minor, but it's affected you, you're losing income. I mean, this chap's going to lose income for quite a while and it's going to affect his work in the future. At least get in touch with us. Give us a call. Our contact details are here. No call centre, easy, immediate advice. We'll let you decide what you want to do, but don't miss out. Don't be the person who didn't make your accident work claim because you were scared. If you've got a question, get in touch with us today. This is Ian from Direct to Compensation. I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you.